Hello world, Dan here, and I got something to say.
Don't stop, don't give up, keep going, you can do it.
Alright, so we are back on it again. So, you may be wondering where I've been, what I've been doing, what's been going on. So, let me just briefly kind of explain what's been happening. So, my last video, I felt pretty good. I actually got out, I was trying to make some videos. I wasn't sure exactly what I was wanting to do. Wasn't sure if I wanted to keep doing these walk and talk videos. So I was trying some different stuff, wasn't really liking it. And then I just kind of stopped and got back into the bad habits again. And yeah, just sitting, not doing anything, and then getting back to eating the bad food again. Hey there, good morning. And so, yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. And I think that one big thing that really makes me kind of stop and kind of feel bad is just watching a bunch of YouTube videos. And one thing that's really bad is that it will recommend and suggest the stuff that you're not necessarily interested or wanting to watch. And in my case, it recommends a bunch of political stuff. And then you're like, this looks interesting, I wonder what's going on here. Oh, that looks interesting, I wonder what's going on there. And so you kind of get into watching these videos, and then before you know it, you've been sitting there watching YouTube videos for the past 3 to 4 to 5 hours. And that is just no good. That happened to me one day. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out here, I'm gonna do some stuff. And then I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, I got like 30 minutes before I gotta work. And so then I didn't get it done. And one thing bad about these videos too, again, is because of the types of videos they are. They're not happy stories, they're not feel-good stories. They're really negative. There's all kinds of problems, there's bad stuff going on. And that can kind of make you feel bad too and get you kind of depressed, like, oh my gosh, everything sucks, everything's terrible, what am I gonna do in my life? And then again, then you don't feel like you kind of get hopeless a little bit, and then you just stop and you don't want to do stuff. So anyway, that's a little bit about what's been going on, why I haven't been out doing stuff, why I haven't been making videos. Just, yeah, more mental than anything. So let me talk about kind of a new motivation that's kind of gonna get me going, and maybe this can help some of y'all out there as well. So last week, my dad, hey Dad, so I'm sure he'll probably watch this at some point. And so I got a call that he was in an ambulance getting rushed to the hospital. And it was really bad, what we were being told. And I'd got a call that he might not even make it through the night. They were having to do an emergency operation. And so I left and got out there as soon as I could. And yeah, so I was out there for a week. Everything was good. The doctors were surprised at how things went, the healing process, all that good stuff. And so seeing my dad there like that in the hospital, and some of the things that were said, some of the conversations that were had, it really just woke me up that I am on a bad path. You know, with the sitting around, watching the YouTube videos, not getting exercise, eating bad food. And, you know, it's like, if I keep on the same path, I'm gonna end up in the hospital in a similar condition. It's like, I don't wanna be there. I don't wanna have that situation. And because we're, you know, waiting in the hospital room and, you know, checking out everything that's going on, my phone was off pretty much the entire time. Like not that I wasn't looking at it. It's like I literally just turned my phone off. I didn't even want to, you know, hear notifications and anything, because I just wanted to kind of focus on what was going on there. And so it kind of got me to kind of realize, like, I don't need to be watching stuff. I don't need to have a constant video stimulation, you know? It's like, you can just sit and think and observe. And so, yeah, this has kind of renewed my motivation to really get with it, get busy, and improve on my habits. And I was, even before I went out there were a few times where I went out to the trail and I did a little bit of jogging. So I was doing 1 mile, and I would walk a little bit, and then I would jog a little bit. I was feeling pretty good. And so I wasn't recording anything. I was just, you know, trying to get some exercise in. So, yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. And last night, so again, I've kind of already seen a change, and I got to keep it going. So, you know, last night I was kind of thinking, like, oh, maybe I could eat something, you know, maybe get some Taco Bell. And I was just telling myself, no, you don't need it. Don't go out and get it. And so I didn't give in, and I went to bed, I don't know, 11:30, something like that. I know it was definitely before midnight. And then I woke up and I felt pretty good, you know. And that was one of the bad things, is that what I was doing was getting those late night cravings. And then I would go out and I would eat something kind of late at night. So then in the morning, I'd feel bad eating all that crap. And then that kind of you don't want to get out when you're feeling bad and you're like, oh, you know. So staying lighter, eating lighter foods, don't eating too late. That's all definitely going to help. You know, if that's some situation you're in, you know. And so I'm like, I got to get back with it. And I felt really good doing these videos. You know, they were kind of helping me, because again, it's not like, oh, I'm just getting out, doing this stuff. Not that's a bad thing at all. It's definitely a good thing. But changing that mindset and be like, yeah, I'm not necessarily going out to work out. I'm going to make a video. And so it can kind of help you a little bit, maybe changing your mindset. I saw this video yesterday, and again, I was looking up, you know, kind of health stuff and eating and all that kind of good stuff. And this guy was talking about the food, and he was like, you gotta have all these different good foods. And he's like, you know, cereal isn't bad if you're still eating some of this stuff. A candy bar isn't bad if you're still eating all this stuff. You know, he's like, it's not, you're not doing it all the time. And I think that's a very important message. And at the end of the video, he was like, hey, I've worked with a lot of overweight people. And when we take away all of the cereals, all of the snacks, all of the candy bars, everything like that, and we just focus on this, you know, quote unquote, the health food, that actually is the protein, vegetables, fruits, all that good stuff. And he said, yeah, they do really, really wonderful when we restrict their diet and they're just having this stuff for about 2 weeks. And I was like, wow, that feels just like me. You know, you try to go and you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get into it. And yeah, you do it for a week or two and then you fall back in. So I think, again, that was a really great message, is that you don't want to just cut it completely out. You want to limit yourself, moderate. But you still need to have things that you enjoy. You know, have a treat, have a snack, have a candy bar. Just don't do it very, very often. You know, you don't have to do it every day or, you know, after every meal, you know. But do it every once in a while. Give yourself a little treat. And that's, I think, one of the biggest things that I have, for sure, is eating in moderation. I definitely do overeat. So one of the things that I think is really good too, and I've tried it before and this kind of helped, if I get a bag of cookies, for example, what I'll do is I'll get those snack Ziploc bags, and I'll put me in like 3 or 4 cookies. So then, now when I want to go have me a cookie snack, I've got it moderated right there. Just eat one little snack bag, 3 or 4 cookies. You know, instead of what a lot of people do, myself included, is you open the bag, you got the entire thing sitting there, and you just eat it. So by the time you realize it, you've eaten 10, 12, 15 cookies. And so, you know, doing these kinds of things, I think, is really good, you know, and again, helping your mindset and saying, I'm gonna have one snack baggie, and don't go back and get a second one. You know, just stop at that one snack baggie. So I'm definitely gonna be making some positive changes, because I want to motivate myself and I want to motivate other people, you know. And I've got that short for the daily motivation, and sometimes I gotta watch that myself, you know. So that's what's been going on. I'm getting back with it. As you've seen throughout the video, I've put in some of my exercising, putting in some of the foods that I'm eating. I want to be very transparent. I don't want to deceive, manipulate, lie. You know, I want to show and document exactly what I'm doing. You know, going on the walk and talk videos, doing the gym videos, recording what I'm eating. I recorded some of what I ate before and couldn't really figure out a good way to edit it. So I think this would be a good way. Do a walk and talk, and then throughout the video, splice in some of these other things. But we're gonna get back with it. We're gonna do it. My birthday is coming up in September. So if I can drop, let's say 15 pounds by my birthday, that's gonna be my goal. Now I don't know exactly what I'm at right now. Last time I weighed, I was still sitting at 390 pounds. Way too big. So right now, I'm gonna say 375, that's the goal by my birthday. If I can drop more than that, awesome. But one thing I'm gonna do too is I am gonna try to push myself a little bit more than what I was doing. So, you know, I was usually going just like 1 or 2 miles walking. I'm gonna start doing more than that. You know, 3, 4, 5 miles, I can definitely do that. You know, walking isn't that bad. And you should definitely be able to walk 4 or 5 miles fairly easily. Another thing that I'm going to do is when I go to the gym. Now, not necessarily that I'm going to, do heavy weights or really extenuate myself that way. What I was doing was I was limiting myself. I was only doing 3 exercises. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some more. So keep the weight light, still do it, but I'm going to try to spend more time and do some more exercises in the gym and really try to cut down this fat. And then, yeah, we're going to get it. It's got to be done, man. And like I said, this family emergency was a big wake-up call. And, I've been saying it. I'm like, no, actions speak louder than words. You can say stuff all day long, but if you're not doing it, you're not taking that action, you're not taking those steps, all the words you say don't mean anything. So anyway, that's where we are. That's what we're doing. Keep following the channel. Keep checking it out. I'm gonna try to be doing some more waterfall hunting videos. This weekend I've got one planned. So be on the lookout for more of those coming soon. Then I'm gonna try to do some Dancing with Dan videos. Bring some of that back, because I enjoy dancing. And dancing's a really fun way to exercise. So I've got those planned. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get it done. Alrighty. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the support. We'll see you in the next one.